We're on your side tonight, honoring a giant in our business. Now, one thing you learn quickly when you come into this building and do one of the jobs I'm lucky enough to have is that true legends of broadcasting have worked in these studios. The one right here at WBTV and the one just down the hall where WBT Radio broadcasts. Cole, Bogan, I should say, Patterson, McLean, Fezor, Inman, Mays, just to name a few. Ty Boyd's name is on that list of giants as well. I mean, the voice was perfect. And more than that, he was the very definition of a gentleman. Mr. Boyd passed away in March of 2020. Because of the pandemic, a typical memorial wasn't held, but one will be held tomorrow. And on the night before, our Greg Simpson spent some time listening to two of his children, Molly Hunt and Robert Boyd.
WBT is almost 100 years old.
This is Grady Cole, and it's WBT Charlotte, North Carolina.
We turn 100 next April. When things happen, people turn to us, and so at a base level, that's what we do. WBT is a different kind of station in an era like this one. We still have people that are on our airwaves, that are live and they're local, and not only do people get their news from them, they get to know them.
7:15 on the Boyd Show this morning, WBT. Let's go to Chicago. No matter what time it is, Chicago always knows.
Ty Boyd is, to me, I mean, he's the father of talk radio.
7:18 on the Ty Boyd Show at WBT this morning.
People realize that although he's coming out of your television or you're hearing him on the air on the radio.
Say, here's one for you to shave by this morning at 7:19.
You could identify with him as someone you'd meet out on the street. He made you feel like a big deal.
Ty Boyd, WBT.
Big deal because he was always the big deal. You know, he was the guy that was on stage or on camera, on TV, radio, and he was a big deal, and people flocked to him, including his 6 kids. We all loved him.
He was always the same person that you knew, was the same person that we knew. He was just the nicest, kindest person. And growing up with somebody who was more in the public eye, that's all we ever knew. So we didn't know any different, but he certainly kept us humble as well. So it wasn't just, he was just the good guy.
He's one of those bigger than life guys, a truly big deal in every sense of the phrase, but he made you feel like a big deal. And that's a talent that celebrities don't often have. It's one thing to be a celebrity. It's also an ability to make someone feel like a celebrity, and Ty always made you feel like you were the most important person in the room.
His legacy is still living, lives throughout everybody who knew him and was touched by him, just knew how special he was.
Miss him. Yeah, we do. But you know, people like Bo Thompson on WBT, where we have the Ty Boyd studios. Bo keeps those memories alive, as does WBT and WBTV. So many people lost so much over the last 18 months with this COVID, and we're not the only family to suffer loss. We were very fortunate to be able to, quote unquote, eulogize Dad a little bit on WBTV when he passed, and then certainly on WBT, and that legacy continues. And people say, you know, you're emotional. Well, yeah, it's my dad. It's been 18 months. Yeah, still my dad. And that's just the impact he had on me, on all 5 of my siblings. And heck yeah, we miss him.
They don't make him like Ty Boyd anymore. Ty Boyd was a media force. He could do anything. And everything that he did effortlessly. Not a single person that's ever been on the air in my position at WBT that's not owed a debt of gratitude to the example that he set. We're carrying on the torch. I mean, I like I said, I don't know that I'll ever feel like I'm doing a totally adequate job, but I'm sure going to try, and he was that inspiration.
Bo gets it, exactly. We all walk in the shadows of these legendary broadcasters who have worked in this building. Again, that service is tomorrow. You see some of the information there on your screen. Visitation begins at St. Gabriel Catholic Church in Charlotte on Providence Road at 10 a.m. Service begins around 10:30. It will be quite a moment, quite a morning there tomorrow. We'll be right back.